All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, as always, I'm going to give all the praises, honor, and the glory unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and then to the elders, a great millstone, GMS, for telling me this truth. Honors to the brethren in the Akim out there that's pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith. And to Wadi Yahawah, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, for allowing me to come back with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be, As Long as We Do Right, We Will Be All Right. And this is just going to be, just a quick little lesson, nothing too crazy, but that's absolutely true, that as long as we do that which is pleasing in the sight of our power, just as long as we continue to, endure the fight, as long as we continue to watch, to read, to learn, to pray, to exhort one another daily to good works, as long as we do these things that are required of us, the Heavenly Father, He's going to be pleased with us, the scriptures talk about, to keep my ways, to keep His ways, is that Proverbs chapter 8 and 30. I will start at 30 or 32, I think, 32, and it says, Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. You see that? So you become blessed when you keep the ways of the Most High, when you keep the ways of Yahawah Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI. And it says, hear instruction and be wise and refuse it not. And that's what we do. We take heed to instructions of brothers, to telling us what we should be doing in the faith. That's what the scriptures talk about, by exhorting one another daily to good works. Hebrews 13:3. But exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened to the deceitfulness of sin. You see that? So what we want to continue to do is to exhort one another daily, every day, to what? To good works, to doing the works of faith. And it says, while it is called today, okay, lest any of you be hardened to the deceitfulness of sin. That's right, because if you don't, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or if you don't really even care about doing it, you're going to be doing anything, man. And most of the time, men, you have men that, you have Israelites in this truth, but then you have niggas that know that they're Israelites, just wicked individuals. And those are the ones that be hardened to the deceitfulness of sin, because they don't want to put in no work. A lot of men, they just stand around, not doing nothing. But you don't get credit for just being on the team. You got to put in work. That's why I exhort one another every day to do these things, to be diligent. 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. You see that? So that's what we want to continue to do, brothers. To give our diligence, to be diligent, which means to show care in one's work or duties. And this is a work, this is a duty. And we have to, whatever we do in this work, in the Heavenly Father's work, we want to do it with all of our might. We want to do it with everything that we got. Give our diligence, okay, to make our what? To make our calling and election sure. And if we do these things, brothers, we're never going to fall. We're going to be all right. As long as we do that which is right in the Heavenly Father's sight. Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doth the Lord thy power require of thee? It says, but to fear the Lord thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy power, Yahawah, with all thy heart and with all thy soul. See that? And that's what we want to do, brothers. Fear him, love him, walk in his ways, and do that with everything that we got, all our mind, body, and soul, man. Okay? And also putting our everything in him, putting our trust in him as well. Proverbs 3:1, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. And that's right. And that's why that's why we keep the commandments to the best of our ability. We're not going to get it, 100% all the way. Yet nevertheless, what laws we do and can keep, we keep. Because when we do these things, verse 2, it says, for length of days, long life, and peace shall they add to thee. So that's what's added to you when you keep the commandments of YAHAWAH, SHAM, YAHAWASHI. You get length of days, you get a long life, and you get peace. Peace of what? Peace of mind. Peace in the mind, because a lot of people here, man, their minds are troubled. But yet, for us, these words, us doing this work, us keeping the faith, is what keeps a good head on our shoulders, man. It's what keeps us from, acting out like the rest of these people on the earth, man, who don't know what to do or what to, they don't know. But we've been given this wisdom and knowledge to understand that, to understand things in the ways of life. And that's the benefit of you following after YAHAWAH, SHAM, YAHAWASHI, man. Everything becomes more simple. Everything becomes more clear, People have all these answers. Well, the Heavenly Father, or questions, but the Heavenly Father, He's the one that has all the answers, and they're written here, But most people, they don't know, nor do they consider when they be told that. And it says, verse 3, let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of the Lord, or sight of the Heavenly Father and man. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. And in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. You see that? So in all our ways acknowledge him, and he's going to direct our paths, brothers. Trust in him. Believe in him. The scriptures talk about, believe in him, and he will help thee. Ecclesiasticus 2:1, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. That's right. So when we come to serve our power, we got to prepare ourselves for many things. A lot of trials, tribulations, ups and downs. That's what you learn in this truth for sure, is that you're gonna have your ups and your downs, and that's the balance. Verse 2, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble, meaning don't get worried when things tend to get, difficult or hard, just endure it all, okay? Set thy heart right, meaning your mind, get your mind together, prepare yourself. Verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. And whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate, meaning, suffer when you're brought down to a low estate. Take it cheerfully, take it on the chin, because at the end of the day, everything's going to be all right, as long as you endure, as long as you don't give up, as long as you don't fold. Verse 5, it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. And that's right. See, so these are all instructions that, and this whole chapter is a real good chapter in terms of, like, what to do, and also what not to do. And it says, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? See, And the answer to those questions is none, because these are the things that the Heavenly Father, He expects us to do, to trust Him, to fear Him, to call upon Him. Okay? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction. And that's right, because that's the times that we're coming into. We come in a time of great affliction, great tribulation, a great time of trouble such as never was. Verse 12, woe be to the fearful hearts, and faint hands, and sinners that goeth 2 ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore he will not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? And that's for you men that fell out. You took your hand to the plow, and you looked back. You lost the patience. Therefore, what are you going to do when the YAHAWASHI visits you, man? What you going to do? Verse 15, they that fear the Lord will not disobey His word, and they that love Him will keep His ways. You see that? So those that fear YAHAWASHI, they're not going to be rebellious. They're not going to disobey the words that are written in this book. And if you love Him, you're going to keep His ways, meaning keep His commandments. And it says, and they that fear the Lord will seek that which is well-pleasing unto Him. See? And they that love Him shall be filled with the law. It says, they that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in His sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as His majesty is, which is His judgment, so is His mercy. And that's right. Although our power, He has judgment. He has anger and wrath and indignation. He also does have mercy and a great level of it, which also represents, again, the balance of the Heavenly Father. Okay. So, through the Spirit, I'm going to end it there. Just a quick little lesson that was on my spirit. I pray this lesson was edifying, exhorting, and comforting. And as always, I'm going to give all the praises, honor, and the glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone, GMS, for time of this truth. And honors to the brethren in the Akim that's pushing out this truth with all sincerity and in faith. And it's on to the next one, brothers. Shalom.